Now we'll get into our meditation. Today, the verse we are going to do is a very beautiful verse from Bhagavad Gita. As you know, I'm doing Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, verse number 12 onwards. We are doing the study of Atma in the Bhagavad Gita. Very beautiful section. You must learn these verses by heart so that you can use it for your meditation. You can close your eyes and you can understand these verses. Let's listen to this verse first.
देहिनोऽस्मिन् यथा देहे देहिनोऽस्मिन् यथा देहे कौमारं यौवनं जरा कौमारं यौवनं जरा तथा देहान्तरप्राप्तिः तथा देहान्तरप्राप्तिः धीरस्तत्र न मुह्यति धीरस्तत्र न मुह्यति.
The meaning of this verse is, see, you must remember the context. The context is Arjuna is complaining about the death of so many people in the battlefield. And then he is saying that and then he is weeping. He is saying that the ahamkara and mamakara problem is there. Aham and mama ete. So when you have a ahamkara and a mamakara, you will be in sorrow. You will be having samsara. So the context is that. But Lord Krishna is now trying to tell him, drop your ahamkara and then see who they are. He is trying to explain to Arjuna the spiritual Atma content in all the warriors he's seeing in the battlefield. He says that they are there, but it is a mithya jagat which you are experiencing. The real nature is they are all Atma. You are Atma, they are Atma. Now, Arjuna feels that once these persons are dead, they are dead. They will never be reborn. But Lord Krishna says they will be reborn. They will enter another body. As soon as they leave this body, they will enter another body. But how does this happen? That is what Arjuna wants to know. Says, how is it possible? Now Lord Krishna says, Dehidosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yovanam jara. Like you pass from childhood to youth, from youth to old age, similarly, you will pass from this body to another body. Therefore, you should not grieve. So, there is something called as Nirvikara Atma. This verse is talking about, we often use the word Nirvikara. Nirvikara means what? There is Atma, which is the substratum which never changes. Because of that only you are able to see the changes happening in the world in your own body, but these changes are not real. They are mithya appearance. All beings are eternal. Then you know that they are Atma. So the consciousness in this body is not changing. What is changing? In the childhood, consciousness was there, Atma was there. In the old age, in the youth, Atma still there, continues to be the same. So in all the ages, Atma continues to remain the same. Whether we leave one, say at the age of 5, you were who? You had a body which was 5-year old. But Atma doesn't have an age. So when we leave this body, Lord Krishna talks about reincarnation theory in this verse. So he emphasizes this theory. He says that everybody will be reborn. We do not have to worry. There is no grief. Don't grieve over the death of a body. The embodied ego, just now we talked about that waker and dreamer, and just now we discussed that waker dreamer, even when it goes to the sleep state, it is as good as that, it is as good as dead. Because the sleep state is nothing, it is as good as the, you can take it the sleep state negatively as say it is as good as the death state, or you can take positively and say that sleep state is as good as your freedom, as good as your atma state. So according to the vasanas, one takes up a new body. Swami Chinmayananda in his Om chart, it's very famous chart in Chinmay mission. This is the chart. He beautifully explains is how Om, which is Turiam, is the supreme consciousness. Now, right at the top is Vasana. That means it is the Vasana which takes birth of a body. With the birth of the body comes the mind and the intellect. Through the body, mind, and intellect, we perceive, we become the perceiver, we become the feeler, we become the thinker. And then what happens? When you are the perceiver and using your sense organs as the instrument, you see the perceived world of objects, the five sense objects. When you are identified with your instrument called the mind, you are attached to the emotions. When you are attached to the instrument called as the intellect, you experience thoughts. Our whole experience of this whole cosmos is explained beautifully in this chart called as the Om chart. And ultimately, what is important is you drop all these portions here as the ego I. The soul does not die. The self, which is called as Om, is eternal. Birth and death are delusions in our mind. If you're an ignorant jiva, you will say, I was born, I will die. I means what? The body. But if you're a jnani who has learned the Mandukya Upanishad, you will say, I am the Atma. Atma has no birth, Atma has no death. Very beautiful verse of the Bhagavad Gita. Please close your eyes. I'm giving this message of the Bhagavad Gita in a very within 5 minutes, 3 minutes, and so on. But you can think about it and you can analyze it in your own mind, use it for contemplation. That is why these meditation mantras, if you keep a track of them, you will never have a problem about contemplation. I have all these meditation verses in one chart, in one this thing, in one folder. That folder is available. Many of you have already received it. Okay, so let's close our eyes, sit erect, feel relaxed in your body, no stiffness. As soon as your spine is erect, you'll find that your breathing becomes stable, rhythmic breathing. When the prana in the body stabilizes, the mind becomes focused. This is a secret given out by the Veda. The body changes. from childhood to youth to old age. Very natural. At the same time, mind also changes. My ignorance about this world keeps going away as I learn more and more things about the world. Question I ask in meditation is, who is the experiencer? The experiencer, Atma, does not change. It is conscious of the various stages of the body. It is conscious of the various conditions of the mind. And also complete ignorance of the world in the sleep state. The world experience starts in the waking state and ends in the sleep state. The dream experience starts in the dream state, ends in the sleep state or the waking state. In all these three states, I am changeless, pure consciousness. Nirvikara Swarupaha, changeless nature of Atma amidst all the changes in the universe. Aham, I, Nirvikara Swarupaha Asmi. I, the Atma, am the consciousness, the spiritual light, which illumines waking, dream, and sleep changelessly. In my own mind, I repeat, I am the changeless, ever evident Atma. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudacchade Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vasishyade. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Gently open your eyes.